Just jumping into selfie mode. I'm gonna make another quick video. You know, standing in front of my house or in the backyard of my house. Do some yard work. It's a house that the bank is trying to take for a second time. Okay. Some of you guys wonder why I'm so direct and so profound and so cutting when it comes to speaking truth about what's going on. Some of you guys, you get very disturbed about how I'll bust out what you call a curse word. Let me let you know something right now. Shit is not a curse word. I just want to establish this real quick before I carry on with this video. Butthole and ass and it's not a curse word. Bastard, it's not a curse word. Let me tell you what a curse word is. A curse word is after you have worked and put your hard-earned money into a property, an institution that trades paperwork. They don't even use property for collateral. They trade paperwork to make money off of your signing of documents that are falsified. The documents don't even refer to the transaction that you think is in process. They have copyrighted a process which consists of papers that they can trade and use as investment. They're investment articles for different private institutions and financial institutions to come and get their hands on revenue that is generated from your property. So, in other words, when you sign a refinance and you sign mortgage papers, your note that you signed that you thought your house was being put up as collateral for is filed away. The paperwork that they have processed, it is set in motion leading up to a default, because they're hoping that you will default. As a matter of fact, most of the loans were written, the reason why they say predatory lending, because most of those loans were written so that it would bring the homeowner into default. But all prior to that loan going into default, they are negotiating these papers that they own. And they are giving different investors the opportunity to invest and get a kickback off of that copyrighted paper. So that's why when they go into court and they have this note against you that you sign, they have so much power, because they are actually not using your property as collateral and not using a note that you signed as power of agreement. They are using their copyrighted trademark paperwork that, unbeknownst to you, says they have the right to invest and trade and reprocess and accumulate interest and collateral off of their paperwork. It's an instrument of cruelty. It's an instrument of destruction and thievery, and the courts are allowing them to do it. That's a curse word. Did you hear me? That's a curse word. Some of you black people, you need to wake up. You get mad when someone says something about churches and religion and Christianity, and you even get mad when someone says something about massa. because you've learned to go along with this system. And I'm telling you something. This shit is being shaken down to its ass. See, you read Babylon, the great whore, drunk off the blood of the saints, and you see this ethereal beast, big woman or something, and you don't understand that the reason why that hoe is going to die so violently and be stripped and murdered and have her blood spilled all over her garments and all over the sea. And you talk about, you see a part where it talks about the merchants weeping for her. When you read that, you don't understand that Babylon, that hoe, is all of this shit that we're dealing with that ain't producing anything for you but another form of bondage. And I'm telling you, entertainment industry, religion, Christianity, all of the religions, and all of this commerce that is writing you out of what your God has already said belongs to you, and is making you responsible not only for giving away all of your money, but paying them to take your money. Did you hear what I said? You're giving away all of your money, and then you're paying them to take your money. You're paying them to make you give away your money. And don't call me crazy, because you know that's how it is. You know that's how it is. Yeah, I saved my money. I got my money. You just like everybody else. You may not have your property seized. You know, and so I'm gonna tell you something. I'm making this video. I want a public record. In 2008, Bank of America and Countrywide did some weird shit. And that's just the names. Bank of America is not even owned by Bank of America. And foreclosures were happening all over the place. I even had one person on Facebook say, well, you know, Rosie, if you don't pay your bills, you know, that's what happens. You know, most people were biting off more than they could chew. And, you know, they were trying to get more than they deserve. How in the fuck can anybody think that? What you mean more than they deserve? See, your problem is you got this system of slavery and control in your head, so you've allowed people to make you a credit score. And you got people who are disgustingly fraudulent, thieving, and are in debt of the yin-yang, evaluating people's credit. I don't know nobody more in debt than the so-called rich elite who have profited off of everybody. And see, some of you who always talking about slavery was, oh, get over it. This is why you sound like a fool. I didn't call you a fool. I said you sound like one. You do the math. But this is why you sound like a fool. Slavery is not old. Slavery is brand new, and they find new ways of instituting it as they make you think it's gone. And slavery is not just for black people now. Slavery is everybody in the U.S. of motherfucking A. This is not even a united conglomeration of states. This is a corporation, USA. It's become something totally different that was on that Constitution. It's large capital letters, similar with the capital letters on your Social Security card. That's a corporation. And these motherfuckers are smart. They know how to write it so that if you try to get to the bottom of it, everywhere you go, you will see that they've covered their stanky asses. Now listen to me. Don't let the 3-4 letter words throw you off. If I had the ability, I would use 444 letter words to describe the shit that they are running past you And the goal is to not only control you, but to eventually destroy you. Well, you've already been destroyed. Destroy means destruction. You don't even have a structure that you control. You were never intended to live like that. So this is why I say all of these religions are bullshit. I didn't say that the Creator was. I didn't say that our Messiah was. But everything that's been told to you about him and how he is and how he looks, and how some of you think that's not important, you are you out of your mind. Let me help you. You are out of your mind. Don't get mad. I had a person post every Sunday, black people go to these churches that invest their money and deposit their money in banks that won't even give them a loan, won't even give black people a loan. And I said, tell the truth, sister. And somebody like, you know, and I was like, ain't it a shame? Ain't it a shame? And see, you're going to wake up in a minute. You're going to see that everything that is concocted in this society, even how they report the killings and all of that, it's all a smoke screen. I'm sorry, a smoke screen. A smoke screen to string you out and keep you unconscious about what is going on in your own spirit, so that what they're trying to accomplish, control and then eventually annihilation, so that you have no God. They are your God. Now, I dare you to prove that I'm lying. You may not like how I'm delivering this, but I'm telling you, it is fucked up, fucked down, and fucked all around. And if you don't take responsibility for knowing what the spirit of your Creator is saying, beyond all of your emotional and religious hang-ups about what you don't like, you're going to be the perfect candidate, human guinea pig for the experience of destroying lives. Let me tell you something. I hate this system and everything about it, and I don't fear it. Because if I be a man of Yah, then my testimony needs to be, these motherfuckers are through, because none of us were ever created to live in this. Now, those of you who you want to always accuse people of having conspiracy theories, and you want to always accuse people of not leaving well enough along and always bringing negative stuff into the pot, and we're just trying to live our lives and have fun, you know what? You shouldn't be trying to live your life. You should be living it. And you ask yourself something. What is wrong if I have to try to live my life? You're in a system that has made you a guinea pig and a laboratory test rat. That's why. You're supposed to live your life and prosper as easily as you breathe. The curse that man had to work hard for his labor was removed when our Messiah took over. And if that's not true, then my question is, well then, how come the elite people that are controlling things are not working as hard as your ass? I'm telling you, somebody's not only got their hands in your cookie jar, they have your whole city. Some of you, you're supposed to own cities. Oh, come on, you tripping now. Well, I'm tripping. There are cities all over the world. You were put here breathing as an expression of the living God. What do you mean? Not you, not me. I'm not going to let you put that on me. That's why I talk so much, because I know what we have, not a right to, it's how we exist. See, this Constitution and this station, and men are always dealing with rights. Rights. They're always dealing with rights, and we're always in their face. Well, we have a right to this. We have a right. I told you that civil rights bullshit. You know, we we're righteous. Right is us. So you don't give me no motherfucking rights. You don't tell me anything about rights. And I know some of you Christians and some of you having a hard time with this. Remember, cuss word and a curse has nothing to do with the words that you understand to be profane. Profanity is how we have been forced to live our lives after we were brought here as motherfucking slaves. And then it's a deeper curse when something rises up in you that wants to defend this bullshit. When a man stands up and says, this shit has got to stop, it will stop, and when it stops, you will see the authority and the power of the living God in men who don't give a fuck about what people think about them, and sure don't give a fuck about this satanic, godless system. Hallelujah to the Most High God, and fuck all of these murderous devils. They're gasping for their last breath, and when they drop dead, I won't even be looking down to see them shut their eyes. I don't have to physically harm nobody. Yah has angels ready to do that, and angels can do that shit through men. And it's righteous shit, because what has been going on is cursing us all. And men of God who know the truth ain't having it. See you next time. Be blessed.